All right, got the music working, got all that going on. Last we left, Ultranova, Kirk Cool Beans, Neverconquer. We're storming the Taetzel Building. I love how in this AI image it just shows us storming the building. Let's see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Let's see, how do I transform it? There we go. Yeah. That's what we're doing. We knocked out 2 guards. There was a gun camera. Give it a little time to see if Neverconquer or Kirk Bean shows up. If not, I'll just play as them. Let's see, I think I got another image. Do I have it? There, here we go. That one looks a little bit better. That one's gonna be the YouTube thumbnail. I like that one better because it what's it called? It actually makes the characters look like how they're supposed to look like. Except for Mercurial, she's not really looking like that, but also I guess the building looks like that. Take the initiative. I think I'm the one going. So I did some optimization on the AI. So hopefully now it won't take like 5 minutes between each chat. Oh, you didn't use stream Neverconquer? I didn't know. I just hopped on Twitch like immediately because the baby was asleep. Did you have a good stream? Yeah, I'm listening to what's it called? Shinobi's Revenge, but like as a synth. It's not bad. Bow 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 bow. And everything seems to be working. I'll give it a little bit of time. Let's see if I can set up. Yeah, I didn't make an announcement or anything that the stream was starting. I just did it. So I might have to play as Kirk Cool Beans for a little bit. Not too hard. Since he's in here. I could make the AI play him, but I don't know if that's smart. What's up, Neverconquer? How you doing? I'm just getting into the briefing. Like last time we were in the Taetzel Building, we knocked out 2 guards and took out like the turret. And I guess I got a nosebleed because they shot my crawler. And I think like we have a gas grenade around the corner. Oh, it's Spectrum. Yeah, something about gas. And then you like electrocuted the fuck out of one of the guards, right? Like you like got him with the stun baton. And then he made like this noise. You like electrocuted the shit out of him. And then he was like, I've had enough. Uh, yeah, like that. Oh man, maybe I should get like a sound. What's it called? A soundboard. I gotta look into that because I could get some like I'll get the sound effects from what the fuck's it called? The gun sound effect from Blade Runner, and then I would get the punch sound effect from Indiana Jones. You know what I'm talking about? That would help. That would help enhance the drama. I'll look into that. Whoop. All right, let me see. Let me get the stuff ready here. And let me just. I used audio clips from Alien movie for Alien Isolation deaths. Really? Yeah, I gotta find like some really good like sound quality things. I'm sure there's a program out there I can use to make it like a soundboard, and I just press buttons. It shouldn't be too hard. Let's see now. Took 5 minutes to load this. I did some optimization, so hopefully it loads everything in game start. And hopefully we don't have like two, oh, the game over, like game over, man. And that dude got killed by 2 aliens. He was in Predator, right? Predator 2. Let's see, what was happening here? The Taetzel Building's alarm throbs through the concrete like a failing heart. 2 corporate guards lie bound and disarmed in the rear service corridor. One is bleeding badly but still conscious. The other hangs against the wall, barely holding on to awareness. Kurt has captured the assault rifle, trained east. All right, yeah, like because like we know the directions. Oh shit! Who was he killed? It. What? Wait. Is he Kyle Reese? The first Terminator? Yeah, like who's in the first? Like, shit. I know Lance Hendrickson. He was a street punk. Oh, okay, yeah. Because I was like, also he was one of the Shadowrun punks, huh? I was looking into like modern Shadowrun. And it is so fucking different than like 90s Shadowrun. 90s Shadowrun is like classic Terminator and stuff. Modern Shadowrun's like anime. And it's really... There's 2 things I don't like about modern Shadowrun. Number 1, wireless hacking. I don't like that. And number 2, runners are not like, you know, street punks. They're like professional corporate types, which I think defeats the whole purpose of Shadowrun. We're supposed to be like anarchists. You know, how is it cyberpunk to work for corporations? Which, don't get me wrong, we could always work for a corporation and get some cool money, but you know, there's... So I think last time you were at the security door and there's an alarm going off, right? So I kind of want to get that alarm taken care of. So I kind of want to try to get to the security door. And you're like, this door is built like somebody expects complaints. The rear camera is frozen along an empty corridor. The servo gun hangs dead with its housing open. Beyond the eastern corner, the Neuro-Stun cloud still curls through the passage around Ultranova's crippled crawler. Ultranova feels the dull ache of a rigor feedback beneath his armor. His respirator remains sealed. Outside, the rotodrone watches the rear approach. Maria waits in the van 620 meters southwest, following the crew's feeds. Taetzel may contain the first physical proof of who altered Maria's memories. Authorized it, shit. And whether the operation is still active. But the building knows the runners are here. Yeah, that's fine. It took 7 minutes after resume, so I'm hoping the next turn will not take 7 damn minutes. The alarm keeps hammering through the old building. Beyond the eastern corner, something heavy strikes the wall. An assault rifle clatters across concrete, followed by a strangled breath and the scrape of armored knees. The crawler's microphone catches movement. I need some tea, right? I got like 2 cups now, so I should be good. I was stuck in the rain all day today. I was stuck in the rain for like 4 hours driving to work because I went into this one, like the main road was down and I had to take like this side country road. And like I passed by a bridge and then I went, and you know how like there's hills and there's like a dip? I went to the dip and it was like there was too much water. Then I tried to go back and the bridge was flooded and I was just stuck there. And then I just called in. I said like, you know what? I can't make it. Yeah, there's a tornado like north of San Antonio as well. So I'm like, I'd have to drive through that. So screw that. I got, I left at like 11 or like, I had to be there at 11. So I left at 10 and I was just stuck until like 3 in the afternoon. And I just went home. I said, fuck this. Like, once I finally got out of it, once the rain calmed down and I was able to like board my way through like the dip. Oh, so I didn't have the best day. But luckily I had a lot of time to work on fucking Shadowrun. Like, look at this. Look, this is the stuff I do on this game. Let's see now. We got some storyteller stuff. Here we go. Check it out. All right, look, I gave it tactics. I told it, hey man, can you like mine these books? Oh, wait. Let's see. So it mines all these books, like operation manuals and all this shit, so that the AI will actually fight better. The art of action by. So I do that, and then I did a lot of like optimizations to try to make it like work better. The last thing I did was I tried to give it like storyteller stuff. Because I realized it makes a good plot, but it's really bad at telling us the plot. So with the storyteller, it's like I told it to to mine radio and writing books, and so it mined all this shit. And then I just said, hey man, can you like recommend stuff to make it better? And so I waste hours like modifying this AI to make it like have more shit going on. Which might explain why it's so slow sometimes, but it is what it is. All right, let's try, is it this one? Okay, this is the one. I'm just hoping that like turns don't last over 3 minutes. That's all I care about. Okay, beyond the eastern corner, something heavy strikes the wall. An assault rifle clatters across concrete, followed by a strangled breath and scream. Okay, yeah, we did that one. Neverconquer keeps a shotgun leveled across the reinforced door. Gas work doesn't mean he's alone. Kurt settles behind the captured FNH-AR barrel fixed on the contaminated corner. Rear's still ours for the moment. Outside, the rotodrone reports a empty rear approach. Inside, the 2 prisoners remain bound beneath the pulsing emergency lights. Guard B's powered phone stays silent. So we took one of their phones. We rolled initiative. It looks like I'm first. It's not showing the enemy initiative because we don't see them. So I don't know if they're going before us or not. This is the map, which it looks like. So Neverconquer, you're here. This is like the security door. These are like the 2 guards, I believe. And then this is where the gas is, and there's like a corner. It's kind of rough. Yeah, something like that, right? So we'll just go through that security door. That's what I'm going to do with my initiative. But I'm also going to check to see if the dudes outside are still there. So I'm going to have Ultranova tells his rotor drone. I suspect the 2 guards outside came in through the loading bay. Because they didn't come in through the door that we were in, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that those 2 guards, they're not going to stay outside. If they are, they're camping outside. And then I'm going to have my guy try to like, get close to the security door and cover with his pistol. So I'm gonna need Kurt. Oh shit, look at that. Look at that. Instant. Oh wait, no wonder why. Oh man. Never mind. Why the fuck? All right, let me do this again. All right, redo that turn. Okay, because when yeah, there we go. It needs to think, because if it just gives it to me instantly, what it does is it messes shit all the time. Well, let me look at this. How did this go? Well, nothing seemed to happen. I was like confused. I was like, man, it shouldn't be that fast. It should be like 30 seconds or a minute. Well, let's see how this one went. The writing's not that bad. What I'm concerned with though is like the OOC here, it doesn't really like show me the rolls or nothing. So it makes me wonder, you know, like okay, we're on the highest algorithm, which means we'll have the best simulation as well as the best like AI opposition. Maybe I should play another game when it does this, but like I can't think of like what, like Galactic Civilization. It has to be something I can alt tab in and out of really fast. Like, what's the point of me telling it to prep? Like, because I tell it to prep like right around here. And it says it's prepped, and then it's like, oh, if it was prepped, shouldn't this be like instant? The other thing I'm thinking too is like you think it's just like slow in the browser? I'm trying to think like how long an average like round of Shadowrun would be, right? Like it would probably be like maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes if they were really slow with the math. I'll let it go, because supposedly what it's supposed to be doing is once we do a couple of rounds, it'll have like a cache, basically a cache or whatever, and then it will hopefully not take that long between turns, so we'll just play it for a little bit. Oh my god, I love how just because I mess up here and I use the instant AI, it bonked everything.
Don't just take classes.
Because I think what happened is when I did the instant thing, when I did this, it reset everything. So all this 7 minutes of loading that I did here has to be redone. All because I messed up on like this stuff. It's for some reason my browser had it on instant rather than on high. Let's see. Yeah, turn-based is probably the best I can really play. Here, let me see if I can find something then. While this goes on, let's see. What do I have the hankering to play? See, can you see that? No, you can't. Okay. Oh, hey, something's happening. Hold on. No. Let me have I gotta pick something that when I alt tab out of, it mutes it. Either that or I make the sound really low when I play it. So I think this turn's gonna come up right now because it looks like it's actually... Let's see. Oh, the baby's crying. Oh no. My wife can handle it though, I think. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta lower the volume to this game. All right, let me go check the other game. Oh, they've been doing pretty good. My daughter's been doing a lot of like making big messes. What she really likes to do now is she likes to empty like her milk bottle or her sippy cup on the floor. And then when you tell her no, she likes to make these like little tantrums that end in like 20 seconds. Like it's the end of the world for her for about 20 seconds and then she's fine. Oh, hey, look, the thing loaded. There we go. Damn, 6 minutes. All right. The previous resolution is discarded. No exterior findings from it remain in play. Ultranova keys remote control deck. Roto circle Taetzel. Check the outside the windows. And the loading bay. Report people. Open access points or movement. She's got to test those bounds. That's true. It's like she loves playing on the stairs, and I have to be with her the whole time. And she likes to, you know, she has all these toys. Like her grandparents buy her all these toys, but she'd rather play with like the broom. No, you know, typical. The drone answers with a clipped electronic acknowledgement. Its rotor note rises beyond the concrete wall as it leaves the rear gate watch and begins a clockwise sweep toward the loading side. The full circle will take time. Reports will arrive as it clears each section. Ultranova moves roughly 4 meters up the corridor and presses into the concrete cover. Yeah, kids, you're right. They do. They love the box. She likes to get the bucket and put it on her head, or like those, you know, like HEB, like not the bags, but the, you know, the bags you buy. Not the plastic bags, but you know, the ones you can reuse. She likes to put that one on her head too. She got into the into my wife's makeup today and put a whole bunch of lipstick on hers. Oh wait, no, was that was yesterday. Yeah, then we had to give her a bath. My Ultranova moves roughly 4 meters. So I'm at the security door, close enough to support Neverconquer without crowding his shotgun. His right hand closes around the Ruger's Super Warhawk. The revolver does not clear its holster yet. Okay, so I couldn't get the gun out. But at least I can get the drone to do it. See, it actually does the roll here when you do it the high AI. So then it's Kurt. Kurt's next. Kurt needs to unlock the door. Let's see how long that takes. Trying to figure out how I can switch between a game and this. So bear with me. This is just a test. All right, let's see. Let's see if the game shows up. Why isn't it showing up? Damn it. No. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, let's see. How about? All right, well, okay, hold on. Don't lock it. Okay. Nope. Oh, wait, I gotta make it go up. No, I don't really use preset layouts. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here's. You ready for some Heroes of Might and Magic? Let's do. Oh wait. I also need to have the window open so I can see when it's done loading. Oh shit. Okay, so that's what sucks there is like I gotta do that. So never mind, I have to do display capture to get the game working, and it's a pain, and if I switch between it, it'll just show the full screen. So I guess we're not playing Heroes of fucking Might and Magic. I need to play a game that will I can do game capture on and not display capture. Let me think here. Shit. Dude, I thought it wasn't supposed to like continuously look at the Bible at this point. Shouldn't there be Yeah, it's time to drink tea. Trying to think of a game that I can play that's turn-based, that's modern enough that I can do game capture on. I guess Galactic Civilization is the only thing I could think of. But that one's like too much right now. Like I'm managing way too much shit in that. Just want to play something classic, you know, like Alpha Centauri or some shit. Though that's kind of a bitch to get captured too. It's the same problem with Heroes of Might and Magic. Hell? So, like, I think the main bottleneck that happens in terms of time is not the dice rolls. The dice rolls supposedly happen in like 0.40 like milliseconds or something ridiculous. Like they happen super fast. It's the AI trying to write the fiction and trying to, like, you know, interpret the dice rolls. And my options are to either, like, because I have different types of AI, I can either go like fast, but then it misses a lot of stuff. I've thought about medium, but it doesn't really seem that, you know, that much better. High seems to be the better one to do because it actually checks everything. The problem with medium is that, like, it'll miss. Like high can miss stuff too, but like medium misses way more, and so then we're not like doing the mechanics correctly. Let me look at the code here. Oh, okay, finally. 5 minutes. It takes about 5 minutes. I was hoping we'd get it down to 2 or 3. Hopefully it speeds up as time goes. Alright, he leaves the captured gun propped against the wall within arm's reach and crouches to the latch side of the security door. The Chiba security comes open across one knee. Micro drivers, probes, wire clips, and a battered diagnostic reader. Grime hides most of the lock assembly, but not enough from Kurt. Beneath the reinforced faceplate is a recessed card reader and a keypad wired into the building system. There is no ordinary key cylinder, and neither capture guard carried a card or passkey. Maglock, no card, no sequencer. I've got to open the plate and work the circuits. Shit, I might be better at that, right? He drives a narrow tool in the faceplate seam and begins dismantling it, while Neverconquer covers above him. This isn't a 10-second pick. Keep them off me. The door remains closed. Okay, so like security systems 4. Okay, so he has 4 and 2. I think I have like 5 or 6 in electronics. So I don't know if he might still be the better one to do on this. All right, it's Neverconquer's turn. Did you want to just keep cover on the door? Let's cover Kurt Coolbeans. I'm gonna assume it's that. I don't think you want to like do a tap dance or anything. What if we were the worst crew? You know, you want to like start insulting the guards so they're down. Like, man, I shocked the fuck out of you, bro. Fucking, you see that piss stain down there? Provide cover and sarcasm. Let's do it. I already did it. I would have put that. Hey, look. Holy shit, it happened fast. Oh my god. Imagine that, when you did nothing, it calculated it. Neverconquer steps in tight beside Kurt, keeping his body clear of the lock work and his shotgun trained across the security doorway. Work, I got the door. He braced against the wall rather than standing in the corridor, muzzle fixed at chest height. If the maglock releases or if someone forces it from the far side, he is ready to fire through the opening before Kurt is exposed. Okay, so basically if anyone shows up, you shoot him. Kurt keeps working without looking up. No one comes through the door before the end of the pass. Initiative pass 2. Guerrero drone is still completing its exterior sweep, so it's still doing what I told it to do. I'm at initiative 7. I'm going to advance and see if the guard's like knocked out in the gas, and if he is, I'm going to give it the intent. Ultranova will... I'll check around the corner, but not go into the gas. All right. I guarantee you it's that gas. That gas is like super slow for some, because it has to keep looking up the what's it called, the gas rules, and because ChatGPT won't just copy the tables. Oh no, it has to still look up the PDF file. But I have it routed exactly to the page, so it should know like what page to look up the rule in. So when it like, I also have it on a text file too. I don't know why it doesn't just do that. Okay, what is it doing? So my theory is the 2 dudes from outside went into the loading bay dock. And then the 2 guys that we're fighting here. So I'm thinking there might just be 4 guards. And we went through, you know, basically the hard part of it, which was the camera and the turret thing. Once we get into the security room, I'll turn off the alarm, and then I'll turn off any other alarms. If there are other like turrets, I'll try to take control of the turrets. Maria hasn't said anything either. I guess she's just watching us do this. Oh yeah, and thanks for the resubscribe, Neverconquer. You did that like 7 days ago. I just saw the activity feed. Oh, I'm bad at streaming. Yeah, it says yeah, about 7 days ago. Like, what is it inspecting? Is what I don't understand. Like, what is? Oh, okay. At least one more month. Oh, I don't want you. I don't want to put you in the poorhouse. Sorry about that. If it's any consolation, I'm still screwed. I didn't go to work today because of the stupid weather, so I missed out on, like, you know, not like I make that much money. Hey, but I've already done like a little bit of the job, and so it's not that bad. Oh, the other bills are much higher. Oh shit. No, I get you. Oh, finally. Okay, so it's about 5 minutes. Fuck, I thought we can get it down to 3 minutes. Supposedly this new the new Bible is like 4 times faster than the old one. Paying credit cards to then pay a bill kind of stuff. Oh, that kind of shit. Yeah, I'm at the having to delay bills for the next month. And like, you know, 300 in the hole on my bank account, so I can't use that. I have to just use the cash. Like, I'll be okay though. Hopefully I don't have to sell another guitar. Alright, Ultranova crosses the corridor fast, stopping at the last clean section of concrete before the Neuro-Stun haze. He presses against the corner, draws a Super Ruger, and angles his cyber eyes into the contaminated passage. The crawler sits crippled in the chemical murk, and FNHAR lies abandoned on the floor beyond it. So he just dropped his gun and ran away. Something shifts deeper in the corridor, but through the haze, the damaged drone, and the narrow angle, Ultranova cannot distinguish an armored guard from a shadow or get a clean lighted target. Shit. He does not fire blind. He pulls his head back behind cover, revolver ready. So we can't see through the smoke, huh? Observe in detail. So apparently I couldn't roll a single 6. Kurt acts. All right, Kurt lockpicks the door. I know what I'm gonna do after that is I think it'll be good if Neverconquer goes and covers the smoke with the shotgun, right? And then I'll go into the security room, unless of course there's assholes in the security room. But I have to figure if they are, why didn't they come out and try to fight us? You know, there's the possibility that someone's in there and he's gonna ambush us. But like he watched us kick the shit out of those 2 guys in the hallway though. Like, you know, you figured, so that leads to tell me that like either A, the 2 guys in the hallway are the guys that are supposed to be in the security room, or the security room is like automated. Yeah, if it's gonna take 5 minutes, I'm gonna lower the AI to medium. Because that's gonna be too long per turn, I feel. 2 minutes or a minute ain't bad, but 5 minutes is like, it'll take us forever to get through this. Your father's already telling you to get out. You told him he's free to evict me. Yeah, I think in the state of Texas, that takes like what, like 2 months? I hope you get something going on soon, though. Because that kind of sucks. I'm sorry, man. It's rough out there. Alright, I gotta pick new music. Let's see. Killer Instinct Gold. Sure. He's an old dumbass. Yeah, like, didn't he light himself on fire once? I'm sorry you have to deal with that. I know it is sometimes. His shoes. Okay, he was in his shoes though, right? You really take this long for you to check the target number on the door, and then check it against Kurt's lockpick skill? Really? Belted his socks to his lower legs before he must have took his pants off and kicked off the shoes. I wasn't home at the time. Oh man. Yeah, they get pretty loopy when they get older too. All right, 3 minutes. That's not bad. We can keep it like 3 minutes. I'm okay with that. As long as it's not like 5 or 7 minutes. I think that's a little ridiculous. All right. Kurt keeps his head down while Neverconquer's shotgun covers the doorway. He works a thin probe beneath the card reader plate, finds the concealed retaining clip, then follows its wiring by touch. The plate shifts perhaps a millimeter before catching against an internal anti-tamper bracket. I can open it, not quickly, of course. This is not a mechanical lock that yields to picks. Kurt has to dismantle the reader without turning the alarm circuits. He commits to the job, tools moving subtly beneath the pulsing emergency lights. So, okay, so combat 5 ends, and then we re-roll for initiative. Looks like I'm the only one that gets 2. I'm gonna wait. The other thing too is like if that dude dropped his gun and like I don't see a body, maybe he'll come back for the gun. And so maybe it's a good idea if I just wait. I'm gonna click on this. What's this say? Huh? Oh. So I like to do this because then I get to see the countdown. Oh. Yeah, this Killer Instinct Gold soundtrack's pretty nice. This is like 90s dance house. Past 2-minute mark. I think I'll just lower the AI. I feel like it's taking too long. Two minutes. 2 minutes ain't bad, but considering how much fiction gets written. I lowered it to medium, so hopefully the next one won't be as bad. Alright, Ultranova stays tight against the corner, only the revolver and one cyber eye exposed. He lets the alarm light pulse twice, allowing his low light vision to separate movement from chemical haze. A shape resolves beyond the crippled crawler. One corporate guard is approximately 8 meters down the eastern passage, down on one knee with a hand braced against the wall. His abandoned assault rifle lies several meters behind him. So it was just 3 dudes? He is still moving, trying to drag himself deeper into Taetzel, but the Neuro-Stun has hit him hard. Ultranova says the Warhawk smart link reticle over the guard's partially obscured torso. Why don't you fire, though? Fuck him. Alright, so Kurt keeps lockpicking. Oh my god, he needs more time to work on this? Kurt keeps working. The alarm strobes across his hands as he eases the reader plate outward, millimeter by millimeter, careful not to snap or the tampa wire behind it. He wedges the ceramic shim beneath the internal bracket and starts cutting access to the circuit bundle. Still on the casing, don't let anyone shake this door. The lock remains engaged. It's just fucking just Neverconquer just keeps covering him. Alright, Neverconquer does not move. He stays wedged into a hard cover beside Kurt's shotgun fixed on the reinforced door. Finger indexed along the trigger guard. His eyes never leave the seam. Keep cutting. Alright, from the eastern corner. Okay, so it's my turn again. Shoot the guy. Wait. Tell the guy on the floor to surrender. And if he doesn't, shoot him. There. Oh, wait. Use all combat pool. Oh shit, too late. Ultranova leans just far enough around the corner for the guard to see the Warhawk. Drop flat and put your hands where I can see him now. The guard freezes. For 1 second, he looks towards the rifle line behind him. Then the Neuro-Stun wins. He lowers himself on the concrete face down and spreads both hands away from his body. Ultranova keeps the revolver centered on him. Let me ask a question here. Is the smoke clear? Can Ultranova go through it?
Auto insurance all seems.
Oh, auto insurance. Shit. Let me look at this here. Free action. Okay, opposed test. Doesn't show me the test. So a medium doesn't even roll? Because it's showing me nothing. Oh god, no, don't look at the fuck. Damn it. That fucking smoke is what slows everything down, man. The smoke rules. All right, no, has not cleared. It's colorless and odorless, but wait, if it's colorless and odorless, how come I can't see through it? Doing so will expose me. Okay, cool. Hey, did you roll anything? Oh shit, he did. He just doesn't show it to me, huh? Okay, yeah. Yeah, show me fiction and result, then the roll that caused it. Don't show rolls at the end. Okay. Alright, what are we doing? So I can't go through it. The respirator protects me from inhaling it, but it also works through skin contact. I don't have full chemical seal. If I go through it, I'll have to like pass a resistance test on it, so that might not be the smart thing to do. Whose turn is it now? Oh, okay, roll, then fucking roll combat turn 7. Then... Jeez. Secrets. Oh, you had to reboot? Oh, you didn't miss anything. I lowered it to medium AI, and so it's a little bit faster now. Instead of like doing the high AI, because it was taking like 5 minutes between turns, and that was too much. The alarm continues to pulse through. Taetzel, Kurt's tools remain inside the security reader. It's like he has to hack it for like 5 turns. Neverconquer covers the sealed door, and Ultranova holds the surrender guard. I got the guard behind the smoke. Okay, Kurt Cobain gets 2 actions. Kurt keeps lockpicking. Woo! Alright, Kurt keeps the probe studying, works the anti-tamper bracket loose without looking up. A faint click comes from inside the reader housing. The casing gives another few millimeters, exposing more of the circuit bundle, but not enough to reach the override yet. Almost through the shell. Well, that's good. Alright, it's my turn now. Hey, what's up, Zappy Day? How you doing? What should I do? I think I'll, tell the drone. I'm doing pretty good. We're infiltrating this building here. And I can control a drone, so I'm going to try to get the drone to circle around. Because there's supposed to be 2 guards outside. And if it doesn't see the 2 guards outside, then the 2 guards are inside, and we're fighting it. That's my assumption. All right, we go. The Ultranova keeps the Super Warhawk train down the contaminated corridor and subvocals through the remote controlling. Roto continued the exterior circuit, focus on finding the 2 guards who were outside. Check blind corners, roof access, loading entrances, and parked vehicles. The drone acknowledges and continues its clockwise sweep. Instead of returning to rear overwatch, its sensors feed shifts past darkened windows and rain-streaked concrete as it searches for heat, movement, or concealed personnel. So it doesn't see anything? Well, it understood what I said. Like, I mean, it's target number 2. We rolled a 4, so that ain't bad. I only have 1 roll, though? Like, what the... Continue cycling this... Huh. We still have spotted nobody outside. Neverconquer is still going to keep holding Kurt, because Kurt is lockpicking right now with the security door. Do I need a DM? No, not really. This kind of works. What I did was I added a bunch of books. I took all the Shadowrun books and I added it to ChatGPT's project folder. And then what I did with that was then I built this like runtime engine so that it would actually like follow the rules. But then it gave me like really bad missions. So then I had to like find a bunch of like screenwriting stuff and like GM books and feed that into it. And so far it's been all right. Let's see, Neverconquer keeps a shotgun shouldered and stays tight to the wall beside Kurt, covering the door seam and space beyond it. Ah! Still Euros keep working. He does not shift. Lower the weapon or exposes Kurt's flank. Okay. Alright, we're back to Kurt's initiative. Kurt keeps lockpicking. I think it's going to take him multiple turns to do to finish a lockpick. I might condense that. Though we are technically in combat, so I don't know if I can condense it. Okay, Kurt keeps working the reader housing while Neverconquer covers over his shoulder. The ceramic shim holds. Kurt slips a second probe beneath the inner lip. Starts freeing the final section of the anti-tamper bracket. Plate flexes outward, exposing more wiring, but the protective casing is still not fully open. Getting there. Oh, he's getting there. That's good. How much longer? Approximately 3 additional seconds, so probably the next turn. And keep the hall covered. While I wait for the drone to tell me if there's two guards outside, because I really want to know. And Ultranova stays behind the corner with the Warhawk leveled down the contaminated corridor. Keeps the surrender guard inside and waits for the rotor drone to finish its exterior sweep. Neverconquer and NC continues to cover Kurt. Probably have to roll for initiative next. Multiple entities, huh? So it's either rolling all of our initiative, or there's like guys behind there. Oh, you have that Windows update too? Yeah, I think I got that as well. Okay, Neverconquer remains locked in position beside Kurt, shotgun covering the door seam. And arm throws over the receiver. Kurt's tools continue moving. I'm here, keep cutting. Okay, yeah, so we'll roll for the next initiative. Oh good, this one has lyrics. Unless there's like hidden movement that we don't know about. All right, that's not bad. Alarm keeps pounding. Kurt remains at the exposed maglock circuitry. Neverconquer covers him, and Ultranova watches the gas-filled eastern corridor while waiting on the drone. We got 16. Okay, so Kurt acts first. I'm just gonna give it intent now. Kurt will lockpick. NC will cover and will cover the hallway and the outside with the drone. Because I don't need to go through every turn on this. That's a little... Could also go at Turok 2 synthwave. What is this? Shinobi. Revenge of Shinobi. I'm gonna go with the Revenge of the Shinobi. Heck yeah, there we go. I think it's Yujo Koshiro that does the music for Shinobi. It's the same guy that did Streets of Rage. Alright, the crew settles in a disciplined rhythm beneath the hammering alarm. Kurt works the maglock circuitry. Neverconquer holds the reinforced door at gunpoint. Ultranova watches the surrender guard in the contaminated eastern corridor, while the rotodrone completes its circuit around Taetzel. About 9 seconds later, the drone feed reaches the loading side. Oh, it finally reached the loading side. The roll-up loading door is closed, but a smaller personnel door beside it is standing several centimeters ajar. Oh, it was the guys from outside. Fresh rainwater has been tracked across the threshold into the building. No guards remain outside, and no one is visible through the accessible windows. Ultranova's suspicion looks right. Somebody recently came inside through the loading bay entrance. Kurt has accumulated another 9 seconds of uninterrupted work, but the security door is still locked. Are you kidding me? Alright, keep it condensed. The drone circles the... Wait, I know. Checks bottom floor windows. And no wonder why no one likes like the rigger class, because it's like it's too easy for me to just like be in 3 places at once as one character. Though the crawler's wounded, so I don't know how good it is now. Like, its sensors might not be... I guess we'll find out. The rotor drone completes a full exterior circuit. The ground floor windows show no movement. The loading bay personnel doors remain partly open, with wet tracks leading inside. The upper floor windows are too dark and reflector to confirm anything. Okay, so he can't see inside. At least on the upper floor. It didn't roll enough for the success there. Ultranova sends the damaged crawler forward through the Neuro-Stun. Its cameras cut through the haze. What haze? It's like... It passes the surrender guard, rolls over the abandoned rifle, and reaches the loading bay entrance behind the pallet stack. It has a thermal sensor? Its thermal sensor finds a second guard lying prone and motionless, still breathing. So there's another guy. So, okay, so it's definitely the 2 guys from outside. I'm gonna stay there until the gas clears or until Kurt lock picks the door. And Ultranova holds the eastern corner while the crawler watches the prone guard and the rotor drone maintains the exterior circuit. Neither guard moves beyond shallow breathing. I'm thinking that first guard, the one that's prone behind the pallet, also got hit by the gas. Just not as hard. Kurt finishes opening the protected reader casing, then works the internal override while Neverconquer keeps a shotgun trained on the door. A little under 2 minutes later, the maglock gives a hard metallic click. The security door unlocks. Your Neuro-Stun hasn't cleared yet in the corridor. The security door remains closed, but is no longer locked. Neverconquer still covers it. Alright. I'm gonna switch places with Neverconquer, and we're gonna like go through the door. So I'm thinking there's only 4 guards, right? Because no one else has shown up. The other guards were dudes that were from the outside, and we've neutralized 3 of them. So there's 1 guy left. All right, Ultranova moves up beside the security door and takes Neverconquer's place. Super Warhawk covering the opening. Neverconquer shifts to Kurt's shoulder. Kurt retrieves the captured FNHAR, checks the magazine, and nods once. Ultranova pulls the unlocked door open from cover. Neverconquer enters first with the shotgun. Kurt follows immediately behind him, rifle covering Neverconquer's right shoulder. I wanted Ultranova, Neverconquer to cover the hallway, but fuck it. Inside is a narrow security office led by red emergency lamps. 2 desks face a wall surveillance monitors. Several feeds show static or frozen images from the camera the crew already compromised. A 3rd Taetzel guard is crouched behind the far desk with the pistol aimed at the doorway. Neverconquer sees him at the same instant the guard. So there's a dude there, okay. Neverconquer's reaction is 6 though, so he beats the guard. So Neverconquer is not surprised. Guard is not surprised. Combat begins immediately. Let's see now. Neverconquer goes before the guard. I assume you just want to shoot the guy, right? You want to use combat pool on it? Might as well use max combat pool. If you hit him and kill him, or at least wound him enough, he'll just surrender. How far away is he? Probably not far, but let's ask. How far is NC from the guard? He's got like cover from a table, right? You want to just like you probably have some movement, so you can like run through the table. You know what I mean? Like run around the table. You're 6 meters away. That's nothing. So it's just behind the doorway. The guard is behind the far desk, so you could probably like go across his cover and just shoot him in the flank. Close range, unless you want to try to melee him. Either way, I'd recommend full combat pool, because since you got the first action, you can shoot him at 6 meters. Okay, I'm gonna do a thing where it's like you go around the desk and shoot him with a shotgun using full combat pool allowed. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure like you can move 6 meters in your turn. I don't think that's too ridiculous. So funny enough, did you know that Shadowrun was never meant to be played with grids? It was always made to be played with the theater of the mind. So in other words, like things were just described, and you would use like meters. Actually, I think it was like yards, but I switched to the meters because metric makes more sense. You would just use like distance. Technically, Dungeons and Dragons is like that too. Hey, what's up, Sock? Is that your song request? All right, let me check it out. Let's see. All right, let me just copy and paste it.
Honesty is always better.
Ah. Joy Division? Oh no, is this an actual song? Because it might get me demonetized. I'm playing it. The Neverconquer explodes through the doorway before the guard can settle his aim. He sprints around the desk's left edge, shotgun tracking across the guard's chest. The guard throws himself sideways at the last instant. The T-250 detonates inside the cramped office. Buckshot shreds the desk chair. Damn, he dodged it! Punches through a monitor and showers the guard with glass. But the man lands behind the adjoining workstation, untouched, pistol still in hand. Of course you ducked. Of course. Oh, is it because it's a running attack? Well, it would have been desk cover anyways. That would have been probably bad. The guard acts next. Oh, shit. If I'm just gonna put if NC is attacked, I'm gonna assume you want to use the rest of your combat pool. How much combat pool did you use? Does it say? All 7? You had... First off, you can't use all 7. Louder. First off, you can't use all 7 when your shotguns is 4. At max, you can use 4, so the AI screwed up there. So that would leave you with free combat pool that you can use for defense. I mean, you still didn't hit him. Wait, did it redo it? Okay, no, it kept the same result. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. NC uses, what is it, 3? Did I mean, it's, I guess because you were wounded? Or maybe the guard used his combat pool on dodge? Let's see. He did. He used 6. He used all of his combat pool on dodge, so that's why he was able to beat your thing. Like the Matrix. The guard snaps his pistol over the desk edge and fires at Neverconquer from barely 2 meters away. Neverconquer twists aside as the muzzle flashes around, tears through his coat, and smashes in the wall behind him, so he missed. Let's see, let me look at this. Short range -1, so it was a 4 plus 2 attacker firing from awkward partial cover, so he had to beat 5. But I used 3 on your dodge, and it looks like all of them won, so it was 3-3, so that means net success 0, so you didn't get hurt. I'm gonna have Kurt go full auto on the guard. Oh wait, no, Kurt has a fucking sword. I don't know why we're using guns. Should he go full auto? I think that'd be cooler. Then again, would it hit Neverconquer? Kurt shoots a burst. What is this one? Golden Axe Metal Remake. I don't know. I might say that for when I do Dungeons and Dragons. Let's do Shinobi. That one fits the Shadowrun vibe. I like how I still have to GM it. I still have to like check to see if the AI rolled the right stuff. It seems to have a problem with combat pool. Like it always forgets how combat rolls work. Kurt plants himself in the door and fires a tight 3-round burst from the captured FNHAR. The rounds punch through the desk edge and hammer the guard across the torso. Okay, good. It hit him. He crashes onto his back behind the workstation, pistol slipping from his hand. He is alive, but badly wounded. He's very badly burnt. And no longer in a stable firing position. Okay, cool. Let me ask a little question here. We should be using the MPS system. Okay, let me make sure this is correct. Oh, he defaults. So Kurt has no assault rifle skills, so he defaults to 6, so he can't use combat pool. That's interesting. I did not know that. Because Kurt doesn't have assault rifle skill. Yeah, he still was able to hit the guy. The roll would actually miss, so the fiction above does not stand. What? Wait, why'd you give me this? And then you do this, and you're like, ah, you know what? No. He actually didn't hit shit. That's the first I've ever seen it fuck up like that before, where it tells me the wrong thing, and it's like, oh, you know what? No. Kurt burst tears through the desk and blows apart the monitor above the guard, but their early rounds, the guard remains behind cover, wounded only by the earlier situation, not Kurt's burst. What earlier situation? I have no idea. Current saved runner stress. Okay, so we're all at 3-9. All right. Okay, now it's applying the MPS system. That's good. Who's next? I'm next? Okay. I'm just going to put Ultranova walks in and gets a clean angle on the guard and shoots him. This fucking one guy behind a desk. Flash, now it'll give me all the combat pool. Because this time I didn't put run. Okay, that's probably why you missed Neverconquer, is I put you ran in there. So this time I'm like, no, I walk in there. Fuck that. We're not losing a 4 accuracy. AI's all like, you hit him. Oh wait, no you didn't. I messed up. I'm sorry. Actually, you guys aren't even in the security room. You're in the basement. My bad. That'd be the best. Oh, he has body armor 4. Look out. Look at this Python code here. That's it. That's the code. Okay. Alright, Ultranova moves to the doorway, cuts right, and finds the angle the desk-denied Kurt. The Super Warhawk bucks once. The heavy round punches through the guard's armor and hurls him backward against the workstation. His pistol skitters beneath the desk. He collapsed hard, conscious, but bleeding badly and no longer covering the room. Let me go look here. Okay, yeah, no, though, it's true. It's true. The AI didn't go like, you know what? Actually, no, you didn't hit him. Oh, it didn't fuck up the combat pool. Look at that. Look, it gave my thing is 6 and it used 6. Imagine that. It followed the rules. I didn't have to like check its work. 10 successes. I murdered the man. That's like a critical hit. He has none for dodge because he wasted dodging that one thing. Armor reduces 10m to power 5. Damage resistance. Serious physical damage. Okay. Didn't show me the full rules, but that's okay. As long as it calculated them, and I believe this is what would it be. I could ask it, though. I could say, like, man, you know, I don't... Wait. I'm gonna ask it now. Doesn't 10 success scale up the damage? I would assume, right? Or is that in damage resistance? Yeah, okay, so this is the show that I hit him, right? And then damage resistance, if he... Yeah, this should scale it up. Which I think it did, because that's medium. So, you know, no, it actually did. Yeah, then 10 success stage the Warhawk up to deadly. Okay, so it's deadly, and then he succeeded 2 net down, and so... So yeah, no, that is correct. Okay, so he is at serious physical, which is basically like he's nearly dead. Who's next? Don't tell me who's next. Neverconquer is next. Okay. Shoot him with the shotgun. NC shoots the guy with the shotgun. I'm sorry. I just figured that that's what you would do. What's your initiative again? 4? Yeah, you already used all your combat pool. Okay. Never mind. That's why I didn't put any in there, because you used it to dodge and then you used it to attack, so you're empty on that. Neverconquer steps around the workstation, puts a T-250 on the wounded guard, and fires. The blast slams the man flat against the floor. His armor catches part of it, but blood spreads beneath him. He is still barely alive. One more solid wound will kill him. Is he, like, conscious? Success 3. Okay, that's correct. That's all correct. Damage stage is down twice, so okay. So 1 box short of deadly, so he's basically almost dead. Could offer a truce since you both messed, but nah. Okay, so the guard's initiative 1 action is lost. He cannot meaningfully act. So is he just fucked in? Is he just dead? I'm gonna ask, is the guard basically down for good? Yes. He is effectively out of the fight. He is at serious physical, suffering heavy penalties, prone, disarmed, and just short of deadly, unless he gets immediate. So we can just let him bleed out then. Fuck it. All right. I'll have like, you disarm the guard. We're not even gonna tie him up. It's gonna waste time. Just get his gun away from him because he's not getting up. We could bandage him, but then that'll take our bandage, right? Unless you want to try to save him from bleeding out, or we could just let him die. I don't know what you want to do with that. I could care less if he dies. So, you know, if he dies, he dies. But if you want to save him, you can. But I'm gonna see if I can hack something. There's no more targets in the security room. We have, my drone found 1 guy near the loading dock. He's like behind some pallets. He's prone and breathing hard, so the gas might have hit him. He might have got hit by the gas and ran down the hallway. And then the other guy, we have basically two guys tied up in the hallway, right? You know, the dude you shocked and the guy that Kurt slashed with the sword, and then there's the guy that surrendered by the gas. So as far as I know, there's one hostile left, and it's by the loading dock. But we gotta wait for the gas to clear to get to the loading dock. Neverconquer kicks the guard's pistol away, checks his belt and ankle, then strips off a spare magazine and radio. The wounded man does not resist. Alright, so Ultranova sweeps the security office. One workstation is ruined by gunfire. Shit. The second is still active behind a cracked monitor showing Taetzel camera feeds, door controls, alarm status, and local security log. A recessed data jack and hardline port connect to the... Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Fuck yeah. It is hackable, but accessing it will mean committing to the terminal rather than merely glancing at it. That's fine. Kurt returns to the eastern corridor and checks the corridor without entering it. The surrender guard is still face down, okay. The second guard remains unconscious. Oh, the second guard's down. He's knocked out. I guess the gas got him. So I think we neutralized everyone. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of the alarm. There might be remote backup coming. Unless there's people on the top floor. Which I gotta figure out how we're gonna get on the top floor. Neuro-Stun is thinned slightly, but the corridor is still contaminated and unsafe. The obscure Ultranova is beside the active security workstation. Neverconquer has the wounded guard disarmed, and Kurt is covering the contaminated hallway. So yeah, let me know what you want to do with that, Neverconquer. I feel like you need to cover me while I hack. Because while I'm hacking, I'm basically defenseless. But then I can have Kurt kind of like... Oh wait, I can have Kurt and the drone find like an elevator or stairs or some shit. Alright, NC will cover Ultranova while he jacks in and starts elite... Wait, I gotta spell it. Elite hacking hacksaws. Okay. And let's see. Kurt and the crawler drone will look for stairs, elevators, and other office rooms. Kurt will not go into the gas. All right, okay, things are moving along now that I lowered the AI's intelligence. It sucks, but you know, that's fine. I'd rather the game be like fast than me waiting around for 8 minutes. I just gotta pay very close attention to how the AI does its rolls and stuff to make sure that it's not fudging. So, from the earlier fiction, it said that the top floor and the bottom floor are the only active floors in this building. So I'm just going to assume that those are the only two floors we need to search, even though it's like an 8-story building. And our main objective, ideally, is to either find more information or find the room Maria was in, which we might have like Neverconquer, like contact Maria via radio or some shit. And ask her like, hey, you know, like any of this familiar or whatever? No, I don't want to add photos. I think that'll do well, and then we can clear out the building. So there was a total of 5 guards. At least on the first floor, unless the top floor is like different security. But I don't think so. Then again, that one guard was camping in the security room, so who knows? Maybe they're all camping the top floor. Neverconquer takes position beside Ultranova's body, shotgun covering the office entrance and the corridor beyond. Ultranova plugs the Novatech deck into the security workstation. The office disappears beneath black static. I want to see this. Okay. Alright, his icon materializes before a green-lit corporate access gate. A steel portcullis suspended in darkness, stamped with an obsolete Taetzel security emblem. Beyond it lies the building's control host, camera doors, ventilation, elevators, power, and operating records. The host has not admitted him yet. Alright, so I'm hacking. I got pretty good skills. I got like 6. Choose how many hacking pool dice. I'm going to probably automate the hacking because I'll be real with you, the hacking's kind of dull. And it'd be a lot faster if we just compress the hacking than me doing every turn of it. So dice rolls will still happen. It'll just be like I'll tell the intent of hacking. All right, while Ultranova hangs at the digital gate, Kurt searches every clean section he can reach without crossing the contaminated corridor. He finds no additional office door on the side of the gas, but identifies wiring and directory markings indicating the main elevator and central stair lie deeper toward the inner lobby. Okay, so he found it? No additional accessible office room. So there's nothing on this first floor but a security room and a loading dock? Passenger elevators and central stair toward the inner lobby. Rear freight route continues through the contaminated loading corridor. So the crawler does it. The crawler rolls deeper through the Neuro-Stun and past the 2 grounded guards. Its camera reaches the loading area and finds 2 vertical routes. A closed freight elevator. Oh, so we got to go through the loading dock. We can just exit. Like exit the building and then go through the loading dock and not go through the hallway where the gas is. Both are beyond the contaminated zone. Several other loading room doors remain closed. Ultranova remains at the host access gate. How many hacking pool does he use with Deception 6? Oh, so this is what my hacking looks like? So this is what the Matrix looks like for Ultranova? I'll add the image. I thought it'd be cooler than that. It's just the Matrix. See, check it out. But what I like is that somehow it has my stats there on the bottom. You think that's air you're breathing right now? I don't know, but it's a great steak. All right. Let's wait. I know. I'll okay, so Ultranova wants to disable the alarm, shut down all cameras, and take control of all turrets. Also, find any info that helps us with Maria. There we go. Because I also found that the other thing I need to do is I need to keep this game moving, man. Like, we don't want to slow it down with like pointless hacking mini games. We'll still follow all the hacking rules. It'll just be like done super fast as opposed to like going through each, you know, turn by turn. Because technically I'm the GM, even though I'm also a player, but I don't know what's going to happen because of the AI. But I can like, you know, condense things. I'm not going to fudge any rolls though. Rolls are whatever they roll, it's what happens. That was the other thing that changed too. And like Shadowrun 4th edition, you could tell it came out after the Matrix movies came out because it became more Matrixy. 3rd edition came out, I believe, in like 1999, like probably like right before the Matrix, so it wasn't really influenced by it too much. So I think 3rd edition is the better rule set, because like the first and second edition, you know, they're pretty much like third edition, but messier. And third edition's a lot cleaner. And so it's just it's more like a alliteration of the first and second. It's not a like complete rebuild like Dungeons and Dragons is. I don't know about fourth, fifth, or sixth edition Shadowrun though. I think a lot of weird stuff happened with the lore in those. And then there's like stuff like wireless hacking, and then there's like new classes like Technomancer, which I kind of think is stupid. Because the Technomancer, they can hack, but instead of using like, you know, technology, they hack with magic. Like their bodies are able to just hack. And I'm like, so then it's just it's the same class that does the same thing as the hacker. Or the decker, or whatever you want to call them, you know? And we already kind of have too much of that anyways with the adept and the street samurai. They're kind of like the same, except, you know, one you have to spend money and do surgeries to get stronger, and the other one you just level up and use magic. All right, Ultranova commits the full 4-die hacking pool available from the MCP deck and rides Deception through the Taetzel access gate. The Steel Portcullis mistakes his icon for an authenticated maintenance process. It rises into the dark. Okay, so I was able to get through the front door of the Cyber Fortress. The building control host unfolds around him. Wireframe elevators, ventilation shafts, camera cones, and security devices hang like organs inside a green anatomical model. Ugh, so it's like the Matrix, but fleshier? Ultranova reaches into the alarm process and strangles it. In meat space, the pulsing siren dies halfway through a cycle. Red emergency lights remain active, but Taetzel becomes abruptly, unnaturally quiet. All right, so I was able to get rid of the alarm. Acting cool, okay. Ultranova turns to the surveillance tree. Every active camera feed collapses in the recorded empty hallway and frozen maintenance loop. The crew vanishes from Taetzel's live visual network. All right, so the cameras are down. Every time I do something, though, the AI or the security rolls, and this starts going up. When this starts going too much, like if I'm in hacking too long, they'll send ICE. The anti-intruder network comes next. Ultranova overwrites his authorization table with his own persona signature. Every responsive turret slave changes allegiance. The rear servo gun reports a physical hardware failure where the crew disabled it, but the remaining connected weapons now recognize Ultranova as their controller. Shit. There's more guns. All right. I might try to see if we can use the guns. Ultranova searches the operating records, personal movements, supply logs, and system maps. Flash past until he finds a concealed bridge labeled only with an internal project code. Behind it is the second system, the Dragon Knight's private mainframe. He crosses. So the guys we're fighting are Dragon Knights? They're not like Rent-A-Cops? Locate records and bridge to system B. So, okay, so I'm in a different, like, system now. We still got a 3 tally, though. The private data store resembles a locked cathedral archive. So, okay, so it looks like a church. Ultranova search hounds tear through mission indexes until one name burns across the darkness. Maria Mercurial. The files are real operational records, not rumor or inference. They connect Maria directly to Perfekto, New Horizons, and Taetzel personnel. They include intervention orders, post-procedure monitoring records, and internal transfer references concerning deliberate work on her memory and body. Ultranova copies the mission package into a protected deck memory. Okay. All right, the files settle in Ultranova's memory, then the cathedral changes. Oh, shit. Okay. A pale searchlight ignites behind him. The host security chief has recognized a pattern of unauthorized operators. A probe process wakes and an external alert begins routing towards Taetzel's decker, Lin Huang. Wait, whoa, Taetzel has a decker? I have to have a hacking battle? The meat space alarm remains silent. Cameras remain blind. The turret network remains under Ultranova's control, but the Matrix now knows someone is inside. I think we got what we came for, like at least in terms of like the Maria stuff, right? Let me ask, what else can Ultranova do in the Matrix right now? Yeah, what are my options here? Okay, so I have access to both systems, but he is operating security tally 6 and the probe process is active. The host is beginning to route an alert toward Lin Huang, so every additional operation risks escalating the security chief. Okay, so I can still attempt to stop or falsify the outbound matrix alert before Lin Huang receives it. I can try that one. Erase or alter security logs, including the crew's access alarm events. Maybe. I mean, I don't think we're going to cover shit up. Control doors and elevators. Whoa, hello. Including opening the freight elevator. Control ventilation. I mean, I guess I could clear the neurotoxin, but that's not really that important. Command the captured turrets, including assigning friend or foe. Oh, this one might be good. That might be worth staying in the Matrix. Search for additional Maria files such as names, location, payment trails, medical data. Oh, I could do that one. I feel like I only have enough time to do one more thing, and then I got to get out of the hack. I don't think we need system maps. Locate personnel and active devices. I don't really need to disable plant false orders or credentials, making the crew appear to be authorized security. Yeah, it's not happening. Crash or shut down the host. So that would sacrifice continued control and likely create a very obvious failure event. Log off immediately. Let me ask if the timers are working. And the clocks. While I try to make this up. I could try searching for more Maria files. And then get out of here. It's either that or control the doors and elevators. But we can probably spoof the, you know, like we can use our electronics on those. That's not a big deal. Two more minutes to the Neuro-Stun. Wounded guard, he's gonna die soon. Oh shit, yeah. Drone searches and positions, turret control, crew to Neverconquer exposure time. They remain committed to physical security. All right, let's have. All right, we'll get some more Maria files and then log off the system. And then we'll go around the building. If the gas hasn't if the gas hasn't dissipated, that's how we'll go around the gas. In fact, I'm going to put that Ultranova. No, wait. The crawler drone will remain watching the elevator. You know, like the other thing too is like if I fight ice in the Matrix, if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life or something like that. I think I can get really badly burned through my data jack. You don't want to burn your data jack, you know. Maybe it blows up my keyboard before it blows up my jack. Who knows? Ultranova 5 turns the search loose on every Maria linked index, alias, billing codes, medical terminology, Perfekto authorization chains, New Horizon transfers, and Dragon Knights mission rosters. Who the fuck are the Dragon Knights? The archive gives him more than another copy of the same file. He finds a mission roster identifying Taetzel personnel assigned to Maria's operation, the authorization trail tying the work to Perfekto and New Horizons intermediaries rather than a rogue street job, procedure notes confirming that Maria's memory and physical condition were deliberately manipulated, monitored afterwards, and treated as an ongoing operation liability. What? A cross-reference to a larger restricted archive labeled Blackstone. The reference proves a broader command structure exists, but Ultranova does not have time to open that archive safely. We will open it later. Caches and internal timestamps that can help authenticate the downloadable evidence later. Cool. We're at tally 6. He bundles the roster, authorization, tail, procedure notes, cross-references, and authentication metadata into an encrypted evidence package. The pale probe light swings across the cathedral archive while the final block transfers. It catches the edge of Ultranova's icon, but not enough to establish a trace lock. Okay, so I was seen, but not very well. Ultranova does not stop to fight the probe or erase his tracks. He folds the files into protected memory, withdraws through the internal bridge, and orders his persona to sever cleanly. So this is like 90s, like cyberspace, where like files are like, you know, you go in there and you're like flying around like, you know, Lawnmower Man world, and you grab like legit files with your persona. The cathedral collapses in a green wireframe. The portcullis slams down behind him an instant after his icon passes through. Ultranova's meat eyes open in a silent security office. Successfully logged off. Alright, Neverconquer is still covering him. Kurt remains with the drones near the contaminated route. Building alarm remains silent. Yeah, I know exactly what to do next. The turrets retain their last safe command, but Ultranova no longer has immediate real-time control after logging off. The evidence on his deck is substantially stronger than what the crew entered Taetzel with. It identifies participants, confirms deliberate intervention, and points towards the Blackstone as part of a larger operation. We might have to hack the Blackstone file later. At least I'm thinking. I'm gonna have NC contact Maria. We'll have that happen. Alright, Ultranova leaves the crawler parked in the loading area with its camera fixed on the freight elevator. Its microphone and motion sensors stay alive. The crew withdraw through the rear breach, circle Taetzel beneath the rotor drone's overwatch, and reaches the loading side without entering the Neuro-Stun corridor. The loading bay personnel door is slightly open. Wet boot tracks cross the threshold where the 2 guards entered earlier. Beyond it, the bay is dim and quiet. The unconscious guard remains behind the pallet stack. Farther inside, the crawler watches the closed freight elevator doors. Kurt shoulders the captured rifle. Neverconquer takes the opposite side of the entrance with a shotgun. Okay, the loading bay is ready to enter. Alright, so I had Neverconquer contact Maria. Neverconquer opens the team channel while keeping his shotgun trained on the loading bay door. Maria, you seeing your feeds? Loading dock, pallet sacks, freight elevator. Does any of this look familiar? For several seconds, only the rain and Maria's breathing come across the channel. I can see it. Her voice tightens. Not like a memory, more like my body knows it before I do. The crawler pans across the freight elevator. Maria inhales sharply. That elevator, I've been inside it. A fractured image surfaces, bright light above her face, the vibration of a freight car rising. Someone restraining her wrists and men speaking German. The German people did this! Just outside her vision. She cannot identify the floor or remember what waited above, but she is certain she was transported through this loading bay during the operation performed on her. Why was this operation performed on her? To make the ultimate rock star? I mean, I guess that's original. At least you're not trying to make the ultimate soldier. The memory hits her hard, but she keeps control of her voice. What is this roll for? Memory trigger test? Holy shit. Plus traumatic memory suppression. Well, she passed the test? She got stressed out, though. Involuntary traumatic memory. Did she survive it? She did. Maria gains no additional stress. Oh, that's good. Whatever they did to me, they took me upstairs in that elevator. I kind of figured. I'm going to have Neverconquer disarm and restrain the fallen guard in the loading bay, while Kurt and Ultranova check the elevator and get it working. It might be, it might have a security lock on it. If it doesn't, then we'll just press a button and wait for the elevator. Alright, stay with us, Maria. Keep watching, Neverconquer says. He crosses the unconscious guard, strips away the man's sidearm, radio, knife, and spare magazine, then binds his wrists and ankles with restraints. The guard remains unconscious and breathing. Kurt and Ultra Nova move to the freight elevator. The call button is dead, but the panel still has power. Kurt removes the faceplate while Ultra Nova studies the wiring and status light. The elevator has not failed mechanically. It has been placed in local security lockout. Son of a bitch! Ultra Nova bridges the control circuit while Kurt holds the correct relays open. The panel awakens. Yeah, see? Because I have electronics 5. And then Kurt can assist with his electronics, whatever the fuck that means. Because it says 2 here, but this is 5. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait, no. 5 plus 3. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. I guess this would happen if I failed. Kurt would have gotten 2 rolls, but since I succeeded, it doesn't matter. The heavy doors grind apart. The freight car is empty. Its middle floor is scratched by equipment casters and dark stains that have been scrubbed but not completely removed. The control panel lists 3 reachable levels. Maria goes quiet for a moment. Up, they took me up. All right, the party gets in the elevator. Wait, I'll have Ultra Nova gets his drone. No, wait, no, the party and the drone. I'm gonna make Kurt drop the rifle because he's better with his pistol. Neverconquer and Kurt are gonna be in the front. Alright, Kurt lets the rifle hang by its sling, then deliberately drops it into the elevator floor and draws his pistol. Neverconquer takes the left front corner, shotgun shouldered. Kurt takes the right, pistol leveled at chest height. Ultra Nova and the crawler hold behind them, leaving the front pair of room to move on fire. The freight door closes, the elevator shutters upward through the building. Maria stays silent on the team channel, listening to the same machinery she remembers. The car slows. Neverconquer tightens his stance, opening. The doors grind apart on upper operations. A dim service corridor stretches ahead beneath intermediate fluorescent tubes. Roughly 8 meters from the elevator, a toppled medical trolley lies across the hall. 2 closed doors face each other beyond. At the point end, a set of reinforced double doors bear a faded sterile area warning. Nobody is standing in the open. Kurt catches faint movement beneath the medical trolley, a shifting shadow where there should be none. Neverconquer sees it too. Someone is lying behind the obstruction, using it as low cover. The doors are still opening. Neither side is fired. The elevator doors finish opening. The concealed figure is about 8 meters away. I want to like talk to that guy. All right, so I'm going to tell him, we know you're there. Come out and you won't be hurt. And then Neverconquer will get out his stun baton and shock the fuck out of the person. Okay. Okay, he surrenders. Ultra Nova keeps his voice level behind Neverconquer. Kurt, we know you're there. Come out and you won't be hurt. For a moment, the corridor stays silent. Then a pistol slides out from behind the overturned trolley and steps in the middle of the floor. A man's voice follows, tight, breathless. Try not to crack. I'm unarmed! Don't fire! He does not stand yet. One hand appears above the trolley, palm open. The other remains out of sight. Neverconquer keeps the shotgun trained on the trolley. Both hands and stand up slowly. So the party will... All right, so we're going to ask him some questions. I'm going to send the crawler to keep scouting. All right, the man rises slowly from behind the trolley with both hands visible. He's a middle-aged human in a gray Taetzel security uniform. Sweating hard, no visible armor beyond a concealed vest. Okay, so he's I thought he was a doctor. He's just a terrible security guard. Neverconquer takes his remaining wrist, forces him face first against the wall and secures him while Kirk covers the corridor. The man does not resist. The security radio, level 2. Oh, he's got an access badge. So that might get us some places. That's not bad. Ultranova sends the crawler past the overturned trolley. Its damaged chassis hums down the corridor, camera panning across each doorway before it advances. It finds no one immediately waiting behind the first 2 doors. The room on the left is a small observation office with dark monitors and an interior window overlooking something beyond reinforced glass. The room on the right is a preparation area, medical cabinets, restraint straps, disposable gowns, and a wheeled gurney. At the reinforced double door, the crawler's microphone catches faint machinery and an intermediate electric tone from the other side. Ultranova questions the restrained guard while Neverconquer keeps him pinned. Where are we? How many more guards are up ahead? What is this place? The man swallows. Upper clinical operations. Taetzel rents it as a private treatment floor. Ultranova presses him for the truth. The guard's eyes flick towards the double door. There's a doctor and 2 technicians past isolation, maybe another security man near the main stair. I don't know if he stayed after the alarm. He starts talking faster. They bring people up through the freight because the public elevators don't stop here. Drug work, implants, neurological treatment. I don't know the details. We guard doors. We don't ask. He recognizes that runners did not come here for money. There's an operating suite, recovery rooms, record storage, and a secure treatment room. That's all I know. Maria's voice comes softly over the comlink. The preparation room. Show me that room. The crawler waits just outside it. The reinforced clinical doors remain closed. I'll have You're just going to choke this guy out like a little bitch. Neverconquer chokes. Kurt checks the medical cabinets. And Ultranova will go into that medical room thingy with the overlook and see if he or something to hack. All right, we'll do that. Neverconquer hooks an arm under the guard's chin and drags him backward against his chest. You cooperated. That's why you wake up. The guard thrashes once, heels scraping across the floor. Neverconquer tightens the hold till the man's resistance goes slack, then lowers him beside the wall instead of dropping him. He remains restrained, breathing, and unconscious. Okay, so we knocked out the guard. Solid Snake style. Kurt enters the medical preparation room and starts opening cabinets. Most contain ordinary clinical supplies. Disinfectants, syringes, IV tubing, restraints, gowns, and sealed drug kits. He takes all the drugs. No, I'm just kidding. One locked cabinet is different. Its inventory label includes sedatives. Oh shit, yeah, let's get this one. Anti-rejection medication and several restricted neurological compounds. That's the fucking jackpot. We can sell that shit on the market. Kurt also finds a tray of pre-printed patient tags with names removed and identification numbers substituted. Oh, so they didn't even give them names. What the fuck is this place? Ultranova enters the observation room. The dark monitors wake when he approaches. Beyond the reinforced glass is a white clinical chamber containing an operating table, articulated surgical arms, restraint points, and a ceiling-mounted imaging rig. The room beyond is empty. The observation console is still powered. It has local controls for glass opacity. Room microphones, patient monitoring, recording playback, and adjacent treatment suite. A hardline data port sits beneath the keyboard. Okay, so there's a data port, but I don't know if it's connected to the same network because I've already connected to it and I already got like a 6 tallied up on it, but I could try it. A director on the monitor lists archive sessions by identification code. One recent record carries the same internal project prefix found in the Maria files. The console can be hacked locally without reconnecting to the entire building host. Oh, okay, well then fuck it. Ultranova hacks the shit out of it. All right, Ultranova plugs to the local hardline and goes straight for the archive session index. The console gives way almost immediately. Its security is built to keep nurses and contractors out, not a professional decker already carrying the project's internal codes. The observation room fills with old session files. Ultranova opens the Maria-linked archive. A grainy recording appears on the central monitor. Maria is strapped to the operating table beyond the glass. She is conscious. A man in surgical black stands over her while two technicians work the imaging rig. His face is partly hidden by a mask, but his voice is clear. And German. Subject resistance remains higher than projected. Increase suppression. Wait, I can't do my German accent anymore. Increase suppression and repeat the memory pass. Maria hears it over the team channel. She stops breathing for a second. The recording continues. The file includes procedure, timestamps, drug dosages, neural response readings, staff identifiers, and post-operation destination code. Ultranova copies it all. Then he finds the local door controls and forces the clinical suite into his authorization profile. The reinforced double doors unlock. Okay, so all right, so we got into the clinic. Ultranova tears through the session archive and retrieves the Maria file. Cool. He copies the recording medical logs, dosages, destination code into protected memory. Nice. And then overrides the local access controls. The red lock indicator above the reinforced door turns green. The recording pauses on Maria's face strapped beneath the imaging rig. A voice comes through the channel, low and furious. That's him. I remember the voice. Beyond the now unlocked double doors, machinery continues to hum. All right, so the crawler. I'm going to send the crawler in, and then the rest of the team is going to go. It's going to be Kurt will go first. And then NC with the shotgun. And then me, because I'm a hacker. I think the intent should be we yell for surrender, and if they don't surrender, we shoot them. I think that works. So Maria is clearly like manufactured in some way, like she's a fake persona. But why? Like why would you make her a rock star? That's so baffling. All right, the crawler rolls through the unlocked double doors first. Its camera reveals a compact clinical suite. Operating platform in the center, recovery alcoves along the right wall, sealed record cabinets to the left, a doctor and two technicians stand near the active diagnostic console. Is that what the Germans want? They just want to make like a super techno rock star? Is that what they're into? A fourth person, a Taetzel security guard, waits behind the equipment cart with a heavy pistol already drawn. Okay, cool. So there's a doctor and two technicians. We don't have to worry about them. The security guard, though, waits behind an equipment cart so he's in cover. The crawler reaches the team a second before they enter. Kurt goes through first, pistol covering the guard. Neverconquer follows with the shotgun. Ultranova takes the third position and covers the medical staff. Hands where we can see him, weapons down. The doctor immediately raises both hands. One technician freezes, the other drops to her knees. The guard swings his pistol towards Kurt. Instead, Kurt, Neverconquer, and Ultranova fire almost together. Yeah, we Robocop this motherfucker. Kurt's pistol round strikes the guard's armored shoulder and turns him sideways. Let me look here. Did it actually do it? Maximum. Okay, so now, so it used 4 combat pool because he has 4 pistols, so it didn't cheat. So that made it serious damage. So final damage, moderate physical. Gets some ripping, man. Neverconquer's shotgun blast catches him before he can recover. The equipment cart folds beneath the impact and the guard is driven onto the floor. Yeah. Serious physical damage. It would have been deadly, but he rolled resistance. Combined with existing moderate, guard reaches deadly physical. So I'm just shooting I'm the one who kills him. Ultranova Super Warhawk remains trained on the fallen guard, but he does not waste the shot. The man is down, motionless, and no longer capable of resistance. Let me ask here, are we tracking ammo? Not that we need to reload soon, but like I feel like we're getting close to half ammo. All right, the doctor and both technicians remain compliant. The room is under the team's control. So we got a doctor, hands raised. We got two technicians, both one kneeling, one with hands raised. Security guards dying on the floor. Mm-hmm. Huh? I could swear that I fired my gun twice, bro. That's what happens when you put the AI on medium and not high. It messes shit, you know, like ammo. That's okay though. It's better to actually just keep the scene going, you know what I'm saying? And just to slow it down on like other stuff. I'm just gonna put... There, let's keep it quick. All right, the party reloads without taking their eyes off the medical staff. Ultranova thumbs the cylinder open, replaces the spent round, and snaps it shut. Kurt swaps a fresh magazine into his pistol. Why would Kurt have a magazine? We both have the same fucking pistol. While it's doing that, because I had to bitch at it. Neverconquer plants a boot beside the down guard's pistol and levels a shotgun at the doctor. What the fuck is this place? Ultranova points towards the operating platform and the restraints. And don't tell us it's a clinic. What did you do to Maria Mercurial? The doctor's composure cracks at the name. I didn't design the program. Kurt steps closer. That wasn't the question. The doctor glances at the technicians and at the blood spreading beneath the guard. This floor performs neurological conditioning, implant work, memory suppression, and post-procedure monitoring. Some patients are voluntary. Some are brought here under corporate authorization. All right, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set it to high, and I'm going to have it prepped. All right, so while it preps, the floor performs neurological conditioning, implant work, memory suppression, and post-procedure monitoring. Some patients are voluntary. Some are brought here under corporate authorization. Maria? Ultranova asks. The older technician answers before the doctor can stop her. She fought the conditioning. They couldn't stabilize the rewritten memories. The doctor closed his eyes. She was transferred here after New Horizons. We were instructed to suppress specific associations, reinforce an alternative narrative, and monitor for recovery. So this is just total recall? Maria's breathing comes across the team channel. The younger technician is crying out. They kept bringing her back because pieces kept returning. Ultranova presses harder. Who authorized it? Who gave the orders? The doctor looks toward the observation window. The files used compartment names. Perfekto handled logistics. Blackstone issued treatment directives. A man named Dr. Adrian Voss supervised Maria's sessions in person. Maria's voice is almost a whisper. A German voice. The doctor nods. Voss, yes. Okay, so the doctor's not here. The doctor adds one more thing without being asked. Voss kept a private office beyond record storage. If anything remains that explains the whole program, it'll be there. Okay, so we'll just go hack that then. It's prepping the scenes here. Give me a little break. All right, so we need to go into his office, hack his shit. Someone needs to stay here. Well, we also need to, whatchamacallit, We need to ask more questions, and we need to start restraining the doctor and the two assistants. We could rob the guard, but I don't. He's got no money. I'm almost positive. It'd be a waste of time. How's the scene prep going? Cool. All right, so it prepped the next stuff here. Okay. So Ultranova will go into Voss's office. Because that makes the most amount of sense. All right. Cool. Because we got to get the fuck out of here too. We can't spend too much time here. Time is a pressure point. So if we spend too much time here, the alarm could have got people, you know, from off site. So I don't want us to spend... We don't have the luxury of spending a lot of time, is basically what I'm saying. All right, Ultranova leaves the clinical suite under Kurt and Neverconquer's control, moves towards Voss's private office. This door sits beyond record storage, darker than the rest of the floor, with no public label. Only a small brass plate and an old biometric reader. The staff badge gets him past the outer look, but the office itself still asks for shit. Ultranova studies the frame, the reader, and the wall beside it. There is a local bypass panel hidden behind a decorative strip. Well, let's just get the bypass panel. Does he do that? No, he sees it, but he doesn't do it. Back in the clinical suite, Neverconquer plants himself in front of the doctor while Kurt watches the technicians. What did Maria know? The doctor hesitates. Kurt raises the Super Warhawk slightly. Don't make him ask twice. The older technician answers first. She knew Perfekto was moving people through New Horizon under false identities. Not just patients, assets, witnesses, people who had seen things they weren't supposed to. Neverconquer's expression hardens. And who was she to them? The doctor finally speaks. Useful. Famous enough to open doors. So she was already famous before this shit? Okay, well that explains that at least. I thought this was a way to make like rock stars. She just happened to be a rock star. Alright. Famous enough to open doors, connected enough to hear things, unstable enough that people would dismiss her if she accused anyone. Maria says nothing over the channel. Neverconquer steps closer. Why erase her? Because she recognized Voss, because she connected him to the transfer program, because she heard Blackstone discussed before she was supposed to know the name. The younger technician adds, barely above a whisper, and because the first treatment failed. I guess we're going to have to ask that too. Maria's voice comes over the comlink holding control. Ask them what Blackstone does with people. The doctor looks towards the locked office where Ultranova is working. Voss kept that compartmentalized. About 40 seconds have passed. Ultranova is still at the office bypass. Okay. Ultranova keeps... I'm going to tamper... All right, let's see now. Ultranova peels back the decorative strip and opens the hidden bypass panel. The office lock is old. You can just type this in real fast. Expensive and paranoid. Voss's biometric reader is the only visible layer. Beneath it sits a hardwired anti-tamper circuit designed to deadlock the door if the wrong relay is disturbed. Ultranova clips into the diagnostic lead, spoofs the reader's verified signal, and bridges the deadlock before it can engage. The brass plate flashes green. The office door unlocks. Oh, that was easy. Let's see. That's because I had like 8 dice. Voss's office is nothing like the clinical floor. Dark wood. Oh, so it's a nice place. Brass fixtures, shelves of old medical texts beside modern neurological journals. A city map hangs behind the desk with several locations marked in grease pencil. There's a locked credenza, a personal terminal, and a framed photograph of Voss shaking hands with a younger corporate executive. The room smells faintly of cigar smoke and antiseptic. Neverconquer keeps the doctors against the edge of the operating platform. What is Blackstone? The doctor stares at the floor. A containment program. Kurt's gun remains steady. Containment of what? The older technician answers, people who know too much. People whose memories, identities, or loyalties make them dangerous to the companies involved. Neverconquer's voice drops. Why do this instead of killing them? Because dead celebrities create investigations, the doctor says. Missing executives create audits. Dead witnesses create martyrs. A confused addict, a ruined employee, or somebody who remembers the wrong life creates doubt. Well, how did Maria find this shit? Maria's breathing sharpens over the channel. Kurt presses. What happens to the others? The younger technician starts crying again. Some get new identities, some are conditioned and released, some are kept for testing, some don't survive the procedures. The doctor closes his eyes. Blackstone exists to turn dangerous people into harmless ones, or useful ones. Neverconquer's intimidation. Shouldn't Neverconquer be rolling his interrogation, though? That's fine, it still worked. Maria's voice comes through cold and steady. Find out where they keep the ones who never leave. Voss's office is open in world time, approximately 2:18 a.m. Alright, so I told it to make sure it's fucking using all the systems. Okay, so... Neverconquer's gonna start restraining them. I spelled assistance wrong, I don't care. And keeps asking them questions while Kurt tries to unlock. He has a locked, what's it called? Portcullis? No, it's not portcullis. That's the thing. Credenza. He has a locked credenza. I think we should also steal the picture of him with the corporate dude so that we know what, number one, what Voss looks like. Number two, the corporate dude. Sounds about right to me, right? Neverconquer moves the doctor and both technicians away from the operating equipment. Searches them and secures their wrists behind their back with separate restraints. The doctor protests once. You already have the records. Neverconquer cinches the restraint tighter. Then you won't mind helping us understand them. The technicians comply. None of the three has a weapon. Neverconquer recovers 2 staff badges, a pocket secretary, and a clinic comlink before setting them against the wall where he can watch all 3. Should Neverconquer just shock him with his taser? With his stun rod? Yeah, just for fun. He's like roast piggies and he's just torturing civvies. Alright, Neverconquer keeps questioning them. Where are Blackstone's subjects kept when they don't get released? The doctor looks at Voss's open office and back toward the blood on the clinical floor. Not here. Taetzel performs procedures in short-term recovery. Let me go look here. Core mechanics, distress and wounds, healing, and drones. Next here, NPC. Okay, so it has NPC autonomy. That's good. Got to keep making sure it's loading all the systems. Back to this. Subjects were transferred under coded destinations. We saw transport manifest, not names. Where? One destination used the destination Blackstone North. Another was listed as K-12 Rehabilitation Annex. I never saw addresses. Oh my god, this goes fucking deeper? Remember when we were just protecting a rock star? What the fuck is this? I would claim the AI made it up, but no, this is the plot. Someone wrote this. It's not, the AI did not come up with Maria Mercurial. This is an actual module. The younger technician as Voss kept the routing keys. He said nobody on the medical staff needed to know where the patients went. Neverconquer watches the doctor rather than the technicians. What haven't you told us? The doctor's eyes moved toward the credenza. It's a fun word, right? Credenza. All right. Kurt crouches at the locked credenza. It has an old mechanical key lock backed by a simple tamper switch. He sets his Super Warhawk within reach, opens his security kit, and works a tension bar into the cylinder. The lock turns. He catches the tamper switch before it closes the circuit and opens the credenza without sounding anything. Oh, good. Inside are several paper folders, a locked document case, 2 cred sticks, a biometric key fob, and a compact Walter Secura loaded with gel rounds. Okay, so he had a gun, but it was like with non-lethal rounds. One folder bears the same Blackstone project mark Ultranova saw in the Matrix. Kirk does not open the locked document case yet. Let's take the document case. Definitely take the cred sticks. Ultranova sits at Voss's personal terminal and connects to the local hardline. The machine recognizes a biometric key fob when Kurt places it beside the reader. Why this idiot put his fucking bio key fob, his authentic thing, authenticator in his fucking desk next to his terminal? What a jackass. He might as well just write his fucking password on a sticky note and place it on his monitor. Oh shit, never mind. It still demands Voss's passcode. Ultranova bypasses the login layer and enters the terminal's private archive. The desktop unfolds into correspondence, treatment authorizations, routing files, and encrypted patient records. So just to be clear, I'm not jacking into the Matrix. I'm like hacking him via the keyboard now. I believe, right? Yeah. Wait, it says connects through the local hardline. So maybe I am like jacked in because it looks like I'm using hacker pool. Ah, fuck. Who cares how I'm hacking it? Ultranova. I'm going to ask. Is Ultranova using his jack or just with the keyboard? Because I'm curious. What is he doing here? Uh-huh. Okay, cool. Maria completes treatment authorization chain. Transfer out into Blackstone North. A list of other subjects identified by coded patient numbers. Payments routed through Perfekto shell accounts. Direct correspondence between Voss and Blackstone controller using the name her. Current emergency protocol instructed Taetzel staff to purge records and evacuate surviving personnel if the site is compromised. Most importantly, the routing key translates Blackstone North into a physical destination and private convalescent facility outside central Seattle operating another... Oh my... Are we gonna have to go to Blackstone North now? We barely made it through this fucking place. I guarantee you they'll be waiting for us there too. Ultranova begins copying the files. At that moment, the terminal displays a new status line. Remote purge request received. Authorization pending. Someone outside Taetzel has begun trying to destroy the archive. Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, I am using the data jack and cyberneck, so I am hacked in. Alright, so Ultranova needs to get... Alright, so Kurt searches the room, Neverconquer keeps asking questions, and I keep hacking. Makes sense to me. That should work out pretty well. Okay. Ultranova sees the purge process spreading through Voss's archive like black fire. He does not try to save everything equally. He prioritizes the files that explain the operation. Command, correspondence, subject transfer, Maria's treatment history, Blackstone locations, payment trails, staff identities, and emergency protocols. Directories begin disappearing while he works. Oh shit, so there's an active purge. Get a little thing here. Yeah, man, there's a lot of fiction. The deck memory fills with intact files, partial fragments, and authentication data before the purge reaches the terminal active index. Ultranova captures the central evidence package, but several older subject archives are destroyed before he can reach him. So I got him, but I didn't get him cleanly. What did I get? I got Maria's complete treatment. So we got Maria's stuff, Voss Brockhouse correspondence, Blackstone North location, and routing keys. Nice. K-12 annex transfers, Perfekto payments. So we got a lot of data here. Lost or incomplete. Several older subject archives. We don't have the Blackstone financial ledger. Big deal. Some deleted correspondence predating Maria's treatment. So we lost some mail. We're at 3 in the security tally. The remote process tries to erase the evidence Ultranova has already opened. He isolates the files from the terminal, copies them directly into protected deck storage, and severs their link to the live archive. The terminal's remaining directories collapse behind him, but the evidence on his deck survives. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do with this evidence, but someone's going to burn for this. A final message flashes across the dying terminal. Site compromised. Recovery team authorized. Oh shit! We got to get out of here. The screen then goes black. Neverconquer keeps the doctor and the technician seated against the clinical wall. Who is Brockhouse? The doctor's face tightens. A title, maybe a name, maybe not. Blackstone's field controller. Voss received directives through him. What does he want with Maria? Containment, the doctor says. She recognized Voss and connected New Horizons to transfer network. She also had access to people Blackstone wanted to influence. The older technician looks towards the observation glass. They thought they could use her, alter what she remembered, control who she trusted, then put her back in circulation. Neverconquer's voice hardens, and when that failed, hold on. Oh wait, we're still making a picture. Never mind. All right. What does he want with me? Containment. They thought they could save her. Neverconquer's voice hardens. And when that failed, another treatment, a permanent disappearance, or death made to look accidental. Maria hears that over the channel. She remains silent for several seconds, then speaks clearly. Oh fuck it. It passed forward. Shit. Keep going. Can we ask what this has to do with the Shimoto or whatever? Like the people that are blackmailing Max? Because I feel like that's important. All right, we got a picture of it. Oh shit. I have a mohawk now. Ain't that dope? We look nothing like how we're supposed to look. Gotta love it. Let's see. Let's look at it. And Maria doesn't look anything like how she's supposed to look either. It gives us an idea what's going on. Like that doctor's all like, yeah, you know, whatever. Just kind of like, that's pretty funny. I know we always change. We have an appearance engine. You know, like that's why I tell it to do that, but sometimes it pulls it and sometimes it doesn't. And we look totally different. To be fair though, I did put the AI on medium because when it was on high, it was taking 5 damn minutes every time to like do a scene. And granted, it did it perfectly. Like it did all the stats, all the rules perfectly. The problem with that is it took 5 minutes and it would have taken us forever. And so I lowered the AI's intelligence to make sure we could like actually get through this. Maybe one day. I lost my place. Where the hell were we? We're down. Okay, we're down here. We're down here in this questioning part. Maria absorbs the revelation without breaking down, but the threat is personal and immediate. Oh, look, she had a stress trigger. But she survived it, so she resisted her stress. She's not getting stressed out. She doesn't have to take her drugs. Kurt searches Voss's office methodically while Ultranova fights the purge. Behind the city map, he finds a shallow wall safe. The biometric key fob opens its electric layer, but the mechanical lock still requires work. Inside the desk, he finds handwritten appointment notes that never reach the terminal. One entry repeats across several dates: AV, Brockhouse, St. Augustine, midnight. Another listed telephone number beside the initials LH. Kurt recognizes those initials as potentially matching Lin Huang, Taetzel's Decker. How do we know about this guy? This guy was not introduced properly. I'm gonna ask that. All right, did you load the actor engine? Okay, cool. All right, so we should have all the engines loaded as far as I know. I might even tell it, load every engine, I don't care. Kurt turns the locked document case from the credenza and defeats the mechanism. Inside our hard copy transfer manifest, a portable optical chip, photographs of several Blackstone subjects before and after identity alteration. One photograph shows Maria unconscious on a transport gurney beneath the Taetzel loading bay lights. The terminal is dead. The file is already secured on Ultranova's Decker safe. The phrase "recovery team authorized" is the first direct confirmation that an outside force is now moving against the compromised site. So we need to get the fuck out of here. All right, what about this Huang guy? You're right, Lin Huang was not properly introduced. The Bible identifies Lin Huang behind the scene of Taetzel's external matrix security. The spider who can come online when the host raises the appropriate alert. Yeah, that was GM only information, jackass. I leaked his name when I said the alert was routing toward him. The earlier point, the crew should only have known Taetzel's host had detected an author. Yeah, we shouldn't know who this guy is. Too late now. You can correct the continuity, but we already know the dude's name. Oh, but apparently I find it out by recovering the staff identities and security correspondence from Voss's files. That evidence legitimately identifies Lin Huang as the Matrix specialist, so now we know his name. Hold on a second. I'll have Kurt takes all the files and evidence he can carry. The party leaves the building and goes back to the van. We're getting out of here before this the security team comes. You have to get up early? All right, Neverconquer, you have a good one. At least we did this one. This one's done. I think the only thing left now is to like check the evidence, but we need to get out of here to check the evidence. But thanks for hanging out. I'll continue trying to find these answers. Yeah, I really enjoy Shadowrun. I like, especially now that like the turns are faster. Right, you dodged a shot too. And then you got to interrogate people, so we got to use your intimidation and interrogation skills to get some more info. Like everyone kind of did something. You know, Kurt used the security stuff, even though Kurt wasn't here. You know, I made his character use the security and stuff. So everyone, the whole team got to do something, which was kind of cool. Alright, Kurt sweeps Voss's office floor and the clinical floor into 2 carry loads. Paper files, manifest photographs, the optical chip, appointment ledger, biometric fobs, staff badges, pocket secretary, and anything else that can authenticate the digital evidence. He leaves bulky medical equipment and takes only what can survive transport and later verification. Let's see, Blackstone folders and transfer manifest. Maria transports photograph. Neverconquer gives the restrained doctor and technicians one final look. Just make sure it's using all the fucking shit I put in the stupid Bible. Uh-huh. When somebody comes through that door, tell them the truth or tell them nothing, your choice. The runners withdraw through upper operations. Kurt retrieves the captured FNHR. Oh, I didn't want him to capture the gun, but he did. Okay, hold on. I gotta pause what I'm doing. I'll be right back. All right, I gotta end the stream. The baby's crying, so I gotta go check up on her, help out with that. I guess I'll read this last fiction though. The runners withdraw through the upper operations. Kurt retrieves the FNHR, so he takes the gun. I get the drone. Looks like we got out of there. The recovery team has arrived. Oh shit. Oh. I'll have to come back and redo this because it looks like there's a bunch of stuff. But either way, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time on the Ultra Show. Peace out.